Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel once again. I'm Tony, and today I'm going to be doing my impressions on the Charter Oak Connecticut Broadleaf by Foundation Cigar Company in Toro size. You know, lately I've seen more and more content creators sneaking in a little bit of Spanish in their videos. So I'm about to do the same. En la capa tenemos Connecticut Broadleaf, como su nombre lo indica. El capote es Habano, Nicaragua, y la tripa es Nicaragua. Tenemos 6 pulgadas de longitud y tenemos un cepo 52. So you already know the drill. I'm gonna light this up, give you my impressions on each third, and yap a little bit along the way. Pretty good draw. Little close fit action, so no toasting. I'm just gonna go straight up to taste a little bit of that Connecticut Broadleaf wrapper. Now, if you have seen any of my previous cigar-related videos, you already know I don't like to talk too much on the first 5 to 10 minutes because I like to give some time to the cigar to wake up. But I do have to say that I'm expecting medium plus to full flavor and also strength. I'm gonna start puffing this down and I'll let you know my impressions regarding the first third. Actually, let me yap a little bit. If everything goes right, first of all, if I'm still alive, you're probably gonna be watching this around March, but I'm filming this in the last days of January. And this particular week has been very cold. And during this week, I smoked the Oliva Serie O Maduro and also the HVC Edición Especial 2015. Shorter smokes, this is a Toro, but I've been really looking forward to make a cigar-related video about this bad boy. Thankfully, today is not so cold, so a little bit of a longer smoke. I obviously have a heater in this room, and I really wanted this to be the first smoke of Foundation Cigar Company for my channel. Yes, I do have the Tabernacle. It's coming. I would say I'm gonna film that in spring. I also have the Wiseman Maduro, but yeah, I do have the very popular Tabernacle already in my humidor. And of course that I do plan to explore the whole Foundation Cigar Company portfolio. Even the Night Commander. Yes, I may need to grab that one soon because it's a limited release and also kind of pricey. Will it worth it? I'm about to find out. But what should be next regarding the Foundation Cigar Company? This is gonna be the first video, then the Wiseman Maduro a little bit later, and then the almighty Tabernacle. And when I was smoking the Oliva Serie O Maduro, I was watching an interview of Nicolas Melillo, the owner of Foundation Cigar Company. He seems like a very interesting gentleman. And in case you don't know, I mean, just in case you probably already know this, but the Charter Oak line is the budget line. And because I find Nicolas Melillo a very interesting gentleman, as I said, that drives me even more to explore the whole portfolio. Speaking about portfolio, the next annual marathon is coming up. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, on my other channel, where I usually post drum covers and my fragrance reel review videos, I started posting cigar-related videos in there, but it was like too much of everything, so I decided to just open this channel that you're watching right now to be exclusively a cigar-related channel. So on the other channel, I did a marathon of the brand Casa 1910. My marathons consist of me going through each and every blend on a specific brand that I choose, not every size though, because it would be basically impossible and very expensive, and release a video of the brand every single day until I smoke the last one, and the one that I like the most, I will purchase a box. The next marathon is in the works. I just have 2 Vitolas left to collect. I'm not gonna say which one it is, but it seems very promising. At the time that I'm recording this video, Casa 1910 has 8 blends. So this year's marathon, it's gonna be 12. It's gonna be a long one for sure, but I really hope that it's also very enjoyable. No, I'm not gonna name the brand until I post the first video. So yeah, I'm gonna keep puffing this down and I'll let you know my impressions regarding the first third. Alright, so I'm basically done with the first third, and I want to start off by saying that flavor and strength are medium. Regarding the flavors, the main tone is sweet earth. Second place, we have unsweetened cocoa powder, and third place, we have some black pepper. All of those flavors in both my retrohale and my palate. But as an undertone, only in my palate, I'm getting some tamarind sweetness. I've stated that I generally don't like earthy cigars, but this cigar is very balanced and it's hitting my palate way better than most of earthy cigars. And we have fairly good smoke output. Now, pairings that I would suggest this beautiful cigar with. The flavors are not as harsh on my palate as the vast majority of Maduro cigars. The last Oliva Serie O Maduro, for example, very rich and robust flavors all over my palate, but this is not the case. As I said, this is a very balanced Maduro blend, but I would go with a very smooth liquor, either bourbon, single malt, blended scotch. I'm thinking rum would go great with this. Whatever liquor you choose, just make sure it's not as harsh or overpowering in your palate, just to keep everything balanced. But also remember, black coffee or an espresso are two options that you can never go wrong with. So I'll keep puffing this down and let you know my impressions regarding the second, third. Alright, so we're gonna call this the end of the second third. Did something change? A little bit. The unsweetened cocoa powder morphed into dark chocolate, which is now the main tone in this second third. So not so savory for my palate as if it was milk chocolate or chocolate brownie sweetness, but still way more enjoyable, of course, than the unsweetened cocoa powder. The black pepper ramped up a little bit, just a tiny bit. It's not stinging my nostril, but it's a little bit more noticeable. Is in second place right now. Sweet Earth in third place, and the tamarind sweetness undertone that I just got in my palate is completely gone at this point. We still have a fairly good smoke output, flavor and strength still medium. So before we go any further, I'm gonna proceed with the traditional band removal. As always, I'll put it close to the mic to see if it's satisfying or not. Well, minimum satisfaction, but here we have this very rustic looking primary band, Charter Oak. Very nice. I really like the simplicity of the band. And on the back we have the Foundation Cigar logo. So I'll keep puffing this down and I'll let you know my impressions regarding the final third. Alright, so I'm almost done with the last third. Did something change? Yes, the main tone now is chocolate brownie, so way more enjoyable than the dark chocolate. That is the main tone in this last third. Second place, we still have that sweet earth component, and third place, we have the black pepper, which has really subdued. I definitely know it's there, but it's not stinging my nostrils. And that's it as far as the flavors go. Chocolate brownie, sweet earth, and then way low in the profile, black pepper. We still have fairly good smoke output, flavor is full, strength still medium. So this is a pretty solid Maduro cigar. It's not the cheapest that I've smoked on my channel, but this is not hurting my wallet either, something that I think all of us appreciate. Nice transitions between thirds, but for my palate, this was a crescendo cigar. It was getting better and better as I smoked through this. So if you like sweet earth with unsweetened cocoa powder, then dark chocolate, then chocolate brownie sweetness, great choice. As I always say, you can smoke whatever you want, whenever you want, but this would be a great after lunch or even better as an after dinner cigar. But even though this has a Connecticut broadleaf wrapper, once again, this is very balanced that I would even smoke it in the morning. Depending on how sensitive you are, you may want to consider it something first before lighting this up. And of course, this blend is something that I would not recommend to someone that is starting off smoking cigars. However, I consider it to be a very good transition cigar. Thankfully, this was right around my wheelhouse. Nick Melillo is probably never watched this, but I'll say it anyway. Signore Melillo, questo è un sigaro fantastico. Congratulazioni. Construction, flawless. I didn't have to touch this up nor relight it. It was wavy at some points, but it always corrected itself. And this may be a good thing or a bad thing depending on your personal taste, but the draw was a little bit, just a little bit, on the open side. And again, for the price, this would be a great everyday Maduro cigar. Now I'm gonna smoke this to the nub. And that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you made it this far, I really hope you found this video useful. So, thank you so much. Tack så mycket. Merci beaucoup. Muito obrigado. Dankeschön. Muchas gracias. Spasiba. Kietos. Grazie mille. Arigatou gozaimasu. See you in the next video.